Buck here coming to you, and today I'm going to cover 3 quick things that are all going to lead to how to complete your market update for the month. So you can tell your story, push it out on social media, whatever you're going to do. So I'm in Washington State with the Northwest Multiple Listing Service. So that's the website that I'm going to be using today. So first thing, I'm going to show you how to log in to the MLS and get into InfoSparks. And again, it might be called something different at each state, but you'll kind of get the gist of it. They'll probably work the same. And then secondly, I'm going to show you where to go plug that data into. This is what I use is Google Sheets. So I'm going to be talking about Gmail and Google Suites. And then thirdly, we're going to take that data and then put it into a nicer, clean presentation. So with that, let's kind of jump right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm already logged into the NWMLS. And then right down here at the bottom on ours, it says InfoSparks. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And the city and county that I'm going to be looking at is Duval, Washington, and King County. So if you're not sure what King County is, Seattle, Washington is in King County. So that's kind of the general area of where I live. But on InfoSparks, you could type right up here and go Duval, Washington. And then over here, it says add an area. So you can literally do side by sides. So I'm going to click on add an area and I'm going to type in King. So I want to select King County, or you would do whatever bigger area you're going to cover. And you're going to get this nice little chart here. And you're like, cool, what does all this mean? What I like to do is over here on the right-hand side, and I'll go ahead and make this bigger. I'm going to click on line. I just like the bar graph view better. And then I'm going to search by the last 2 years, because essentially the end game is I want to compare December 2022 to December 2021. And so I've already plugged these numbers in, so you'll see that in a second. And then over here, instead of 12 months, I just want to do the data point for monthly. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And so now we've got this nice, easy to read bar graph. You can see down here at the bottom on the right-hand side is 2022, and then over here is 2021. So let's go ahead and start looking at what we're going to look at today. So sales price, median, average. I'm always going to use the median price, whether it's searching days on market or price or anything, because that way some of these higher priced homes or lower priced homes, or if it's a lot of days on the market or very little days on the market, it's not going to skew our numbers so much. So I like the median, which is basically, for those that don't know, you could Google it, or I'll just tell you, the median is the number that falls smack in the middle of all the numbers. So it's going to be our best tool for doing the market update. So right here, sales price median. So we can see these numbers here. Down at the bottom, new listings is also going to be the same as total listings. So you can see these numbers right here. But what I want to do before I start taking these numbers and putting them into the spreadsheet is go right up here. I want to change one of the filter settings. So instead of property type, all types, I want to zoom in here so I can show you. I want to just check residential. And again, that's just a personal preference for me. So I'm going to search and do data on residential only. And so that will change the numbers a little bit right here. So new listings, sales price is one, pending sales I'm going to cover, closed sales, days on market. And if you look down here again on days on market, it gives you a choice in our MLS to do median or average. So again, going to do median. So now we've got these numbers. Okay, what do we do with these numbers? So up here, I've got a tab already opened for a Google Sheet that I created. And if you do want access to a Google Sheet like this, I can create a blank one for you. Just send, drop a comment below, shoot me a text, email, whatever is your best communication method. And I'll make sure you get a copy of this Google Sheet so you can use it for yourself. And it'll probably save you a lot of time. So before we're looking at December, so new listings, let's go back over to our InfoSparks and we're going to go for new listings. So in Duval 2022, there was 7 new listings in 2022 for December. Last year, same time, there was 13. So if we go back to our sheet, we can see those numbers are right here. So 7 for December and 13 for December 2021. So again, I'm not going to go through every single one of these numbers. You kind of can get the gist of where to get these numbers and where to plug them into. So pending is going to be up here in orange. The closed is going to be here in blue. So if we want to just show you one more, maybe over at InfoSparks, I'm going to go down here and click on closed sales. So when I do that, 8 this last December and 13 a year ago December. So we'd come over here and we'd plug those numbers in under the closed. So we got 8 here and 13 for 2021. Now, one other thing that's going to calculate in my spreadsheet is months of inventory. Essentially what that's going to do is take the total sales, the total listings. So all the listings that are available in December and how many closed there were in December, and you're going to divide. So it's going to be the total listings divided by the closed number of sales. My spreadsheet automatically does this for me. And so we're going to be looking at a months of inventory of 3.13. What that really means is if nothing new came on the market at all in Duval, Washington, it would take 3.13 months for every single listing to be sold at the current rate of 8 per month, which it was December 2022. So that's going to be a pretty powerful one that I use a lot on my monthly market updates. You can see back in 2021, it was 0.54. Basically, that means the buyers are in big trouble, right? The buyers are like having to just buy homes sight unseen, not do their real due diligence on a home. There's really no leverage or negotiation power. So that lower the number, the more the sellers are in control of that market. Again, not going to get into all that right now. I just want to show you how to get this information. So we plugged in all of our numbers. We're all good. Now we're like, cool, that's nice. And it's cool to look at and all these good things. But what do we do next? So the last thing we're going to do, and again, if you're with a different brokerage, I happen to be with eXp Realty. So we have a marketing center, or you might have a third-party service, or maybe your brokerage has something similar. So what you can do is I'm going to go over here, click on my little profile over here on the top right-hand corner, and I have saved templates. So if you don't have a saved template, which I'm assuming in this case you don't, you're going to type the word market in our marketing center and hit search. So what's going to pull up? A couple different options. You can say, hey, which one do you like, right? So there's a couple different options here with the eXp platform. So I just like this first one. I thought it looked the cleanest. So I went ahead with that one. And so now I'm just going to kind of skip ahead and go to my saved templates, because I already did this to show you kind of how I'm branding myself. Over here, it's called December 21. I'm going to click on the pencil for edit. And here is what I created. All right. So I'm going to make this a little larger. So in eXp, all you do is literally you can go in here and type over, these words here. So I could just type in, if I'm doing this next month, I'll just change it to January, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to go back and make that December 2021. We've plugged in the numbers. You can actually go up, change the city, change literally everything. I love this marketing center. It's fantastic. So I plug in all these numbers. I got all this data here. And then at the bottom, I just wanted to go ahead and finish this and clean this up. One, I do have a little bit of OCD. I just like things to be super clean and super obvious. So I put residential statistics. So if you remember back on InfoSparks, we changed the box to just residential properties. So I wanted that to be the same over here, so people knew we're just looking at residential homes for this data search. So median price, months of inventory, which we kind of talked about. And then all I'm going to do is hit download, and I'm going to name it. So December 21, see, I already did this before, and going to make that a PNG file and download and save. So when I do that, it just drops that image right on my computer. And then I can have December 21 do the same thing for December 2022. And I'll kind of show you here what we get as a final product. I just dropped this onto Canva, which I've been self-teaching myself on Canva quite a bit, and I love it. So I just put those two side by side. So now I've got a really clean look at last year December versus December 2 years ago, right? 2021. You can see I kind of changed the pictures at the top and cleaned that up as well. Again, a little overboard. You can just use the default settings for whatever platform you're using, but I just really like to keep my brand looking a certain way. So if you need any help with that, let me know. We can talk about that at a later time. So got the data. So now here is where I've got this nice side by side. I can either post these individually as 2 separate photos, or I can do it as one, so it's side by side. Just remember, when you're posting this anywhere, just make it's more simple. Make it simple for people, right? So less things, less clicks, just put it out there. But also, don't just throw these numbers out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you're going to do. I would, if you're not going to be on camera, I would definitely at least type a story. Like, tell the buyers, tell the sellers, tell the prospective, clients that you're looking to attract, like, tell the story of why these numbers matter. Because the average person that lives in your neighborhood, if they're not like super savvy real estate investor, they're going to look at these numbers and they kind of like they can read and figure it out. But tell the story about, hey, days on market was 38 last month, but it was only 4 a year ago last month. Well, what the heck? What happened? Well, what did that mean? So it's, again, now we're going to coach them up a little bit on, hey, in today's environment, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, maybe we need to exercise a little bit of patience. You can really set expectations for, hey, 38 days on the market. And look, if you get that deal done faster, you're going to look like a superstar, right? So there's a lot of different ways that you can tell a story about the data. So each time you do this every month, and we have a great video that also explains how and why to do a great market update. But this is like, okay, I understand how and why. Now I need to get the numbers for my own city, my own neighborhood, whatever your target audience is. And that's how you get the data here in Washington using the NWMLS, and then putting it into, in this case, the EXP Marketing Center or whatever platform that you might be using. So hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, just drop it in the comments below or go to buddybuck.com and you can contact me there. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. Buddy Buck, peace.